you don't care about climate change. If you go to Google and look for what is climate change, what do you think? It is the increase in temperature around the world, but not those in origin. Do you really want to know? Okay, here we go. The increase in temperature is caused by increase in gases and processes in which the thermal radiation emitted by the air is trapped in the atmosphere to the gases with the same effect, which is mostly because of the human and the dirt charges that have been down in the world. In these images we can see how the human being has drained with all these ecosystems. Thanks to global warming, climate change is happening, but what can we do? But fear not longer works. So you still see tense, terrible images, you feel nothing. But why is destroy ecosystems? Forest fires. As temperature rise due to global warming, is hot place where there is forest and start flash fire. Melting on the poles. Global warming the ocean with higher temperatures at the ocean that melting ice of the polar caps, increasing to the sea level extinces animals that is like the shores regions. Scientists began to refer to the trends clear. Each time it makes more heat. Climate change, nothing you can't avoid.
Let's go back to the video a bit. Acciona, a Spanish infrastructure company which uses renewable energies, is present in 55 countries of the 5 continents. Tell me, have you seen the net lately?
Climate change, and that the record high temperatures in rainforest fires are visible on the satellite images last month. The red areas of the
Temperaturas extremas podrían convertirse en lo normal, creando para el planeta entero una verdadera emergencia climática.
Climate change is overwhelming. There is never goodness, only gravity that are increasingly red and aggressive. Our records are broken almost every year, from extreme heat waves to the faster melting of glaciers in the Icelands, and those not stop.
The world population is growing, and according to the United Nations, it will level out at 11 billion in 2100, which is 40% more than today. People need food, shelter, and clothing. And they also want luxury products from iPhones to super cheap hamburgers.
Why?
More people have higher CO2 emissions.
Number 1, the size of population. People in film, sheltered and clothed. And they also want luxury products for my friends to separate pre-markers. More people have high resort to maintain the world population is growing, and the clothing learning lower under life living and the hoarding wages for present more to stay.
2. Economic growth. Number 2. Economic growth, I do not know, it is only about numbers. The richer and more developed, the more emissions our lifestyle produces. Economic growth as produces the highest standards of living and the greatest reduction in extreme poverty in humanity history. But we are still very far away. As a consequence of this growth, CO2 emissions are going to increase, the opposite of what should happen. Without new technologies and innovation, it will be impossible for CO2 emissions to be zero. Good innovation takes years, decades.
We don't have that much time who has keep adding more carbon to the atmosphere year after year. But we will be able to compensate for economic growth on population growth and understand the needs of billions of people, and the fact that fossil fuels are now in the majority. It's not an overnight change, but we must address it as quickly as possible, and it's still achievable.
A menos que alguien como tú se interese de verdad, nada va a mejorar, jamás. Dr. Seuss.